What's going on, guys? My name is Citizen, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Today, we are doing something a little bit different. We have been blessed. Shout out to Ty, who sent me this. According to this Misa person on Twitter, we have been blessed with the roadmap, the official roadmap for Season 2 of how and when things are going to transpire, which is absolutely awesome. So, miscellaneous, I want to start off first. We do have to talk about the event. So, new event planned in the beginning weeks of December. So, look forward to that, starting from 12/9 all the way until Broly's release, or through Broly's release. A new event is planned, so that's pretty cool. It's not going to be the Bulma capsule, and it's not going to be the Hercule, because, again, they would have wrote what it was. So, the new event, again, TBD on what that is. That is awesome. But Bulma Capsule Bonanza, let's see if it's updated to be a little bit better on the reward side. This is going to be starting from the 20th once season starts. So 2 days after Vegeta's release is going to be through 5 days of November. So look forward to that capsule event. Now, let's start. There's a lot of content to cover. So let's go over the characters. So if you did not see my latest video, yes, the Season 2 announcement, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who releases on the 18th. That is today. Vegeta is slated for the release in Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. He is the newest hero that is going to be introduced, essentially. So he'll be released later tonight. So, from the looks of it, Vegeta and Goku, I'm assuming that J3 looks like it's going to be the Infinite skin of the current one that's already in the shop, as well as that being the Infinite skin for Vegeta's, which, by the way, the gold on, gold for Super Saiyan 1 looks phenomenal. They really, which is ironic for Vegeta's in any capacity. Except for Legends, we don't talk about Majin Vegeta. But Vegeta has been getting some love in the video games, bro. From Sparking Zero to Dokkan to Legends, all the way to now, Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. Vegeta, yes, Vegeta is the headlining unit. Last season, it was Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It is now one step further beyond. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is starting us off in Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra. What I do like, as you can see, we have Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly. They decided to listen. I'm assuming this is to feedback that they're releasing, and I hope they keep this format, one of every character. Damage, Tank, Tech. I don't care what order, like in this case, it's Tank, Tech, and Damage. Tank being the one that was omitted for whatever reason last season. I think Toppo could have very much so have been a tank, but that's neither here nor there. But I know that there's a lot of controversy with this because Goku, that was released, is also Damage. Gohan, kid version, also a tech. And Vegeta, also a tank. A lot of people are concerned that if moving forward, that's going to be the format. A character of that caliber. So, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, who am I missing? Super Saiyan 3, if we're going the Daima route. What other Vegetas are there? Oh, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. All those forms of Vegeta are going to be tank. Same thing with Gohan, Beast, Super Saiyan, like from the Broly movies as well. Super Saiyan 1 and 2, Teen Gohan, Super Saiyan into Super Saiyan 2. Those are all going to be tech. And then same thing with Broly Super is going to be damage. So a lot of people are worried that that's going to be the format they follow. I hope that is not the case, and this is just a complete one-off. They just decided to make Gohan a tech. It is what it is, and Vegeta just so happened to be a tank, right? I hope that they do mix it up like the next Goku, because I stand by it. God Goku from the Broly movie, just because of God Bind alone, should be a technical character. That's just me. We have yet to see what things are going to transpire, but that's neither here nor there. So, let's take a look at it. Dude, the iconic... So, obviously, right now with this, there's a couple things to break down, right? So, the iconic pose looking at the moon from Dragon Ball GT. I'm expecting Goku J4 when they do his GT counterpart that he's going to get the exact same treatment, which is going to go absolutely crazy. I am, in terms of J4, I am more on the Goku side. That's just me. I'm biased, but like, dude, I'm not going to hold you. J4 Vegeta is looking rather tough. That is awesome. I'm so glad he's getting some love. Vegeta fans, rejoice. Then, about 2 weeks-ish, a little less than 2 weeks, Gohan, the newest tech character, is going to be released at the very beginning of December. Yes, bro. Yes. Gohan, with his iconic fit when he was doing his Supreme Kai training to pull out the sword. And then, dude, I'm sorry, even after Season 1 is over, J3 is winning. Look at that entrance. I'm assuming that's an entrance animation. Maybe that's MVP? Who knows? Maybe these are intros. Maybe these are MVPs. We have yet to see. Dude, if that is the intro, or even MVP, bro, that, oh my lord, they are cooking, bro. Man. And then we have, so this is what I like. So after Gohan's release, so now, mind you, I would be shocked if this is how it's going to play out. Given that this is about 2 weeks in between the Squadron Blast for the official tournament, which we'll talk about in a second, Vegeta will be released. I wonder if these two are going to be applicable to this. Now, mind you, games like Valorant, they prevent you from using the characters in ranked for, I think, like a 2-week period, which, if they follow that formula, I think at the most, Vegeta may be eligible. Gohan will not. But if they're not, they're like, anything is fair game, that means that EU will have a little over a week to adapt to the meta, but Asia and North America will not have that luxury. They will have 3 whole days to adjust to Gohan, and NA, my people, we're going to have 5 days to adjust and adapt to the Gohan meta. Everyone will have adjusted and adapted or implemented Vegeta into their comps, but Gohan is going to be the outlier. I am curious to see how they at least handle him. I'm okay. I'm fully on board with them adding Vegeta into this mix. I personally think that is too soon for these guys to incorporate Gohan. Not that it can't be done, but I think it's a little unrealistic for every single person. Like, again, unless you are a professional in this game, which are very few, a majority of the people that are in this tournament are going to be very casual players that are like, oh yeah, this is a tournament, we're going to enter. And they have no counter to Gohan, or people are going to choose Gohan, not know how to use him, and then cost their team the tournament. So I think again, I'm not Bandai, they can do whatever they want, it's their tournament. I do not think that it is a good idea to have Gohan included. That's just me. That means that EU should not get that as well. If we don't get it, they should not be eligible, regardless of them having the most time to adapt. Just to make it fair across the board. But then again, it is what it is. At the very least, you could go on the flip side and be like, oh, well, if Gohan is added into the tournament, yeah, we won't see his true potential in these 2 tournaments, but at least at the EU side, since they'll have over 2 weeks to adapt, it'll be, or not over 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, so 10 days, so a little over a week, sorry, let me correct myself, a little over a week to adapt, which you could see some crazy plays. I'm sure Abe will probably cook something up with his stack, whatever. This is cool. On 12/9, they purposely did not say who is getting a new skin. A never-before-seen skin is going to be released 2 days after the NA tournament. I think that is so cool. I don't even know who they could possibly do. What I will say, though, it should not be anybody that has gotten a skin recently. It should be a brand new person that has not gotten a skin yet, and let that be known. We're still missing a couple of the ones. Now, it was released that the Yardrat Goku skin is going to be releasing this season, Don't know when that will be. I highly doubt it's going to be any of the skins from the Squadra talk video. I think that they should just do a complete curveball and just give it to someone completely random. Give me like a random, super dope Bojack skin. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would just be hilarious. Just to like shock everybody. The EU tournament is going to be on the 12th, and then 11 days later, I think, mind you, I know a lot of people are hyped for these two. But, brother man, let me tell you, I am looking, as someone who plays the female equivalent of Broly, am looking forward to Goomba stomping people with Broly, bro. It is going to be an absolute whirlwind. Two behemoths. Imagine a KO Broly just running it down. Oh, it's going to be a fun time. Just in time for Christmas, 12/23. That intro, I will be summoning for that. Hands down, we are going to get that intro. It's going to be a good time. But I do want to talk about the tournament a little bit. So I actually am going to be competing in the NA tournament. I am super excited. It is my first ever. I know there's been a lot of in-house tournaments, but this is my first ever tournament in Genshin Squadra. I have not done any of the community tournaments. I have not done anything in Resort on Sword. I've only done my YouTube content, Twitch, and ranked play. Like that is literally all I've been doing. This is my first official tournament. I will be there 12/7 for the NA tournament with my team. I do not know if I will be live streaming it. The reason why I say that is this. I don't care to anyone that does stream. For me, personally, the way that I operate, because I have done like the community-style tournaments in leagues from games like Overwatch, Valorant, Warzone, etc. And when I'm in those mindsets, I've tried both, where it's like, oh, stream and not stream. Me, personally, I feel like I just do the best because I'm able to lock in and focus and communicate clearly and coherently when I am not streaming. So if anything, I may record it, depending on if my teammates are also going to be streaming the game. The tournament, should I say. I might either just rely on them to stream, and then we'll VOD review as a team, or if they're not streaming, I will probably stream just to have some form of footage. Just because, again, when you're doing like whoever's casting it, whether it's Bandai or whatever, or even if our game doesn't get cast, then there's like no footage to go over. It's always good to have some piece of footage where you can go over and review like what went wrong, what didn't. Mind you, the caveat to that is you can only see it from the person that's streaming's POV. So I think that's where like we're all gonna like maybe record or stream at the very least. Stream or at the very least record, so that way we have different POVs. Like, okay, cool. During this time, this person was doing this. During this time, this person was doing this, etc. So yeah, I just want to give that little PSA. I'm super excited for that tournament. I'm grateful for my team for giving me the opportunity. Stay tuned to see who I will be teaming up with come tourney day. Now, there is one thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know how Bandai is structuring this tournament. All I have to go off of is how the community has been running their tournaments. And I just wanted to put a little bit of a PSA. Now, mind you, this in particular is not directed at anybody. This is just a generalized PSA because I think that it is very helpful and a lot of people should know this. I know that from the landscape of things, the player base and pool, depending on what region you are, Asia, NA, or EU, there's either one of the following things. The player pool is very low. There are not a lot of competition in your region, which no disrespect to the players from that region. It is what it is. Or just, again, some people just want to change the scenery. I have no problem with people jumping from server to server to play just to get them to have more fun. If you're having fun with the game, that is all that matters. I do want to warn you that if Bandai does not have any restrictions on who can join the tournament, meaning people from Asia can register for NA and EU, NA can register for Asia, NA and EU, and EU can register for NA and Asia. When you do that, there are several things that you have to consider, and I highly encourage and advise you to truly think about this before hitting the registry, because it's all fun and games until you start getting upset that there's lag, your ping is shooting up, because again, you're not playing on the server in which you're supposed to. That in then turn can not just lag, input delay, etc. There's a bunch of factors that could end up costing you a tournament that when you play on your regular server will not be an issue. So if Bandai does not restrict it to where, hey, only people on the Asia server can register for the Asia tournament, only people from NA can register for NA, only people from EU can go to EU. If they region lock it, I think that there will be no issues. It is the best team will win type scenario. I'm sure that later on down the line, they'll make like a Masters version where it's like, hey, everyone's gonna, it'll be like invitational. So like you have to go to a specific location, so everyone's playing on the same region, same facility, bandwidth, all that jazz. Like they would in like Valorant Masters or League of Legends, right? Pokemon Unite Master League, all that jazz. So that is just something that I wanted to put out there, that, again, there are just risks associated if they do not have restrictions when you are signing up for these tournaments. If you are going to a different server, just because you want to get experience in as many tournaments as possible, which I say go for it, bro. The more experience you have, the better. But just know the caveat, implications, and complications that you will run into as a result of playing on a server that is not your own, because you do not want to say, oh, well, the reason why we lost is because of ping. Well, you knew that going into the tournament, and if you didn't, now you know with all the community tournaments that have been going on, that is for you to decide whether or not that is something that you want to do. I think everyone, this is just a PSA for everyone moving forward. Whenever they have, I'm assuming that moving forward is going to be called Squadra Blast, and or they're going to mix it up every so often. But this official set of tournaments for Asia, NA, and EU is called Squadra Blast. So take that with a grain of salt. But obviously, to everyone involved in these tournaments, which are over 100 teams, I think, per region, may the best team win. If you are the winner for the representatives of your region, kudos to you. You are the best of the best from that area. And I just hope to see you guys in future tournaments as well. I think there's a lot of good that has been coming from this tournament. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. But lastly, yes, we have Broly. Oh, man, right in time for Christmas. I just want to go back to Broly, bro. I am so excited. I did see some people were like, that's weird. This is Second Coming Broly, but he has a lot of the movesets from the first movie Broly. I think, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble here, but I think they did that on purpose because they're not going to visit the first movie Broly. Like, technically, they could argue it where they could do it, where it's like, okay, you got two Brolys, because one technically is going to have that iconic blue hair, but they could, hear me out, they could just make that a skin. I know that's not what people want, but it's very true. They could make that a skin, and he is the representative of Z Broly, because the next Broly slated for release is Super. So just bear that in mind. Again, that is just, again, how I perceive his moveset from what we saw, and his intro being directly, and his first form transformation already being in that Super Saiyan state. That's what they could be doing, right? Same way they did, technically, Saiyan Saga and Super Saiyan Goku all in one, and that is our J1 Goku, right? So I wouldn't be shocked if they merged different, merged different sagas or different movies under one skill set. Does that make sense? So we'll see. But guys, that is it for me. I just wanted to cover this video. Again, even though it's just an image, it's just a lot of content to go over. I'm super excited for Season 2. Let me know, out of the three characters, Vegeta, Gohan, Broly, who are you most excited for and why? Let me know down in the comment section below. My name is Citizen, guys. Take care of yourselves. Keep on being awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.